Ultimate Fight Vault.
Yo, wagwan everyone, we back with another video. Today man's gonna chat about Dana White's recent take about pound for pound stuff. I don't know if he's getting it confused with the GOAT status, but he's gonna dissect it, and I'm just gonna say why, and it's a hot take. I might get a lot of heat for it, but Islam Makhachev is levels above John Bones Jones at this point in UFC. Let's dive in. Before we start this video, man's just gonna play that little interview if you missed it,
Yeah, I think he's, one of the greatest of all time. I think he's incredible. I don't think he's the pound for pound best fighter in the world. For anybody to call Islam the pound for pound best fighter in the world when John Jones is still fucking fighting is nuts and shouldn't be ranking in the pound for pound or doing any of the fucking rankings ever, if that's what you really think. John Jones has never lost a fight ever. I had Dominic Reyes 3-1 going into the last round. Reyes won that fight. But the reality is, who gives a shit? None of us are judges. The judging and the reffing. Do I think it was perfect? I do not. I think that we need to do some work down here. When you talk about who's the baddest dude in the world, you put two guys in a room and who walks out? John Jones walks out of the fucking room every time.
Alright, so that's what my guy's take is on John Jones. And I feel like Dana White must have seen those TikTok videos where, they pick up a clip and then just make a mad edit out of it. And John Jones, yeah, I get it, bro. Like, he said it one time that if it's a room and there's people in and, John Jones come out, we get it, bro. Like, he said it 5 times already now. Relax yourself. I mean, it's amazing how well Dana can speak with John's dick in his mouth, bro. Man's been, just glazing super hard at this point, it's just mad. And every time he brings up that people in a room stuff, brother, they're 2 different weight classes. Obviously, if he's gonna put Jones and Islam in one room, obviously Jones gonna come out, man. There's such a big weight advantage, but that's just dumb anyway. I think Dana is getting it confused with people pound for pound and the GOAT thing, I know John Jones is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I ain't denying that, he's my GOAT too. But bro, Dana White came out with a mad statement saying John Jones is pound for pound #1 today. He's getting mad that people are calling Islam the pound for pound #1 when John Jones is still fighting. But he's been inactive for 5 years. How is he still pound for pound #1? He literally had just 1 fight. It's just crazy, gang. I don't understand, he keeps saying that, how John Jones came back and defeated but Gun's style against John Jones. John Jones was a stylistic nightmare for Cyril Gunn. The way John Jones handled Gunn was not shocking to me at all. Gunn was struggling with Francis Ngannou, who's a striker, but he was taking him down. So with John Jones and his wrestling, it was easy money, bro. At this point, it's just jokes, And Dana White said that he would never go into podcast again. At this point, he's becoming he's forgetting what he says, I think it's the age. I don't know what it is. But man's out in another podcast with Andrew Schultz.
Put 2 guys in a room, and who fucking comes out? John Jones walks out of that fucking room every time. And,
Once again, says the same bullshit again and again, bro. We get it, man. And I think he just gets too excited saying this. I bet you have a hard on saying that right now.
John Jones has never lost a fight, ever.
You literally said it yourself, that you was losing from Reyes. Brother, you're contradicting yourself again.
And when you talk about what it really means to be pound for pound, Volkanovski moved up, and it was a very fucking close fight the first time. John Jones moved up and absolutely fucking decimated the greatest heavyweight.
Decimated who? Gone. The greatest heavyweight. I mean, that's reaching a little bit with that statement.
John Jones has German Shepherd dogs that do all the attack shit, shoots guns. John Jones has a very fucking dark side to him, right?
So according to Dana, if you've got dogs and you got the pew pew, you're the pound for pound #1. Man, that taking its own is just silly now. And I can tell now with the sort of psychological state Dana White is in, I can see why he gets so hyped up about power slap. That brother is just lost it completely. He get good takes, but then he get like really shitty takes like this one. Now we move on to the activity. Like let's wrap it down. I'm just gonna the video's already gone long enough. Like when it comes to activity, like Islam's been scraping the best of the best. Man just beat Charles Oliveira, who was on a mad win streak at the lightweight, yeah. Then he took that Volkanovski, the actual pound for pound number one, and in a rematch he knocked him out. What did he do to Dustin Poirier? Like beat him all 4 rounds, then choked him out in the 5th. Like I don't know why the Dagestani boys get all the hate. Like I get Habib was more of a one-dimensional fighter. Like he used to go for the takedown. You stuff one takedown down, he's gonna do 100 more. But you can't say the same thing about Makachev, you know. Like might say that his striking is better than John Jones. Like come at me, but you know what? Look at John striking in the first Gustafsson fight when he couldn't take him down and was forced to strike. Gustafsson was piecing him up. Reyes fight, same thing. Reyes was hitting him clean. Islam striking, on the other hand, is slept on. Look at him against Oliveira, a dangerous striker. Couldn't touch Islam. Did his flying knee, got countered and dropped. Islam's striking is beautiful, man. He was piecing up one of the best boxers in UFC, Dustin Poirier as well. And then pound for pound number one, Alex Volkanovski, the first fight, the first 4 rounds, I know it was in his home ground, so a lot of people had a biased opinion. They said that Islam was losing the fight, but I watched it without any sound, and trust me, man was winning on striking. It was just the ending where it finished up weak for Islam that a lot of people said that Alex Volkanovski won. And when it comes to wrestling, both are solid wrestlers. Islam out-wrestled greats like Arman Sarukian. Like, that would be a great rematch. And if he beats Arman Sarukian, he'll be like the first lightweight champion who would have defended the belt for the 5th time. So that's going to be a big accomplishment. Jones out-wrestled Cormier. Again, Cormier is a great wrestler. But in grappling, wrestling plus BJJ, Islam's way ahead, you know. Look at Dan Hooker with the Kimura, and then Dustin Poirier again choked him out. Same with the guy who had the most submissions, he choked Charles Oliveira out as well. But when Jones faced bigger guys, he struggles to take them down. Don't put Gon in there, because Gon was getting taken down by Francis Ngannou, who's not a grappler or a wrestler, you know. Islam, on the other hand, he takes down anyone that comes to him. Like, that's what it is, bro. And if he can't take them down, he can strike just as good. That's why I'm a bit annoyed that Dana White is saying Jonas pound for pound number one. Pound for pound ain't about past achievements, you know. It's about the current form, innit? Like, Islam is the pound for pound number one right now. No debate. Even Leon Edwards could surpass Jones with a win over Bilal. I'm gonna say it, like, Islam's more well-rounded, superior in skills, and doesn't duck competition. By the end of his career, Islam Makhachev might be the greatest of all time if he does what he has set out he will do. Like, if he get double championship, maybe defend the lightweight champion a little bit more as well, then, you know, he can be debated as the greatest of all time. I know there's a long time for it, but if there's anyone who seems like got the potential to do that, that's going to be Islam. And after becoming double champ, he'll have the longest win streak in UFC history. Islam will be the face of UFC, the most dominant, the greatest of all time. That's what I think. I've been a John Jones fan from day one. Like, you know, I still think he's the greatest of all time. And it's nothing against him. I'm just annoyed at Dana White. You should stick to power slap at the moment. Like, he shouldn't be like giving these hot takes. Just pissing me off at this point. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe now. We're growing so much, and I appreciate you all. Peace out, you know. Safe.